Everybody, I'm Sylvester coming at you with another video. Let me pause that real quick. That's the Mandalorian. He's on live. I tried chatting with him and telling him, hey, you wanted me on the show, but I can't. You don't, I'm blocked. Apparently, you don't see my chats. So, whatever. I'm live. I couldn't go just live onto his channel. I have to be able to share my screen. So, I went live here. A couple people show up. Okay. We'll do our thing. If not, I'll just go ahead with what I want to share with y'all, and then I'll clip it and make it videos. So what's going on? I see 3 people up in the house. I know the Mandalorian's on. I was trying to get over there to him. He wanted me to talk about the ape shares from 2020, and I don't have a problem with that. I'll talk about that. I want to talk about the reverse stock split most of all, because people are not understanding what's going on with the reverse stock split. We want to approach this as what we want to happen instead of what is going to happen. And I see that a lot in my comments. People are commenting, oh, no, that's not possible. This has to do. You could do it this. Listen, there's about half a dozen different ways that they could get out of this mess they're in. Reverse stock split is one, and probably the fastest. And another one would be a stock buyback program. We wouldn't have to reverse stock split AMC if we had a stock buyback program. That would work. It lowers the float. The point, no matter what it is that you are wanting to accomplish here, is the lowering of the float. All right, because why? Right now, you have 928 million apes on the market, right? And you need to convert them into AMC shares. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and convert them. You can't. Why? AMC's cap is 525 million, and we're at full, people. I've done some diagrams and showed y'all. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me share my screen, because people just don't understand how this reverse stock split or why it's supposed to be. Okay, let me close that out. All right, we're talking about the reverse stock split. All right, and why it's got to happen. People don't understand that it's not as simple as just stop the reverse stock split. If you're going to convert ape, you have to have one of several things, either a reverse stock split that would lower the float enough to where ape can be converted, and everybody that has an ape share can get an AMC share. You don't have the float for that right now. So I'm going to explain to you step by step exactly how this process is going to work. And I hope that I can kill a lot of this FUD that's going on, because I'm seeing YouTubers who are saying, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do after the reverse stock split. Or am I going to hold after the reverse stock split? And they're giving you scenarios, people, that are not possible. All right. Listen, the paperwork is clear. The moment the judge opens her mouth and says, this is my ruling, the status quo is lifted. Okay, now there's an exception. She might leave it in place because of appeals, and we can go on and on and on and on about what ifs. But the fact is this: she understands AMC needs to raise money. She's not going to leave the status quo in place for another fucking 3 or 4 months while we go through appeals, if that's the case. No, when she gives her ruling, the status quo was lifted, and right then, Aaron has said in the paperwork that the moment the judge opens her mouth, the reverse stock split conversion and settlement will all go through at one time. Now, that's in the paperwork. So I'm not going to sit here because I've sat here for 2 days and I haven't made a video because there's really nothing to talk about. But as I watch these other YouTubers and they're presenting you with scenarios that you can lay in your bed tonight and think of, what if I'll go through the reverse stock split? I'll give it so much to it. No, that's not how it's working. Adam Aaron has said, judge speaks, he acts right then. They got to get this done, people, fast. It's way behind schedule for them to do this. All right. And they don't like this bullshit that's going on, but it has to happen. Now, people got offended at me, like I said in the comments of my videos, when I said that we have to have the reverse stock split. You got to understand the process and why that part of the process is there. Take a look at this slide, okay? We got 929,849,612 ape shares. And these little ape shares want to get in the jug here with the AMC shares. They want their AMC share. But there's one problem. Do you see the cap that's on top of the jar? They cannot issue out any more AMC shares. All right? Because they cannot fit in the jar. So a couple of things have to happen in order for ape to be converted. And this is AMC's plan. Now, I have a separate plan. I believe we could do a stock buyback, but that's another story. Right now, we're focusing on what's about to happen. All right. The judge gives her stay or settlement decision. The first thing that happens is AMC will raise the float to 550 million. Immediately upon that lady speaking, that is going to happen. So this will move from 525, 550 immediately upon the judge speaking. All right. The second thing that's going to happen immediately after they raise the float from 525 to 550, there'll be a reverse stock split of the common stock. Now there's 517,580,416 common stock out there. All right. We have a float of 525 and we're at the cap. But what you need to understand is once you do the reverse stock split, that goes down from 517 million to 51 million, 52, 51.7. So I got 52 right there. All right. And remember, you just raised the cap to 550. So you got 52 million AMCs and he still has 498 AMC shares to go. The very next thing that happens after they do the reverse stock split of the common stock is they will pay out the lawsuit. That is step 3A. There will be 6,927,565 additional shares added to the float. One for 7.5 shares. So you go from 52 million to 59 million. And now he has 491 million shares of AMC left out that he can sell. At the same time, step 3A, the payment of the loss happens, they're going to reverse stock split APE. And when they do, APE will go from 929,849,000 to 92 million. All right. And when they put these apes back into the AMC jar, you have 151 million float of AMC, and Aaron will have about 400 million outstanding AMC shares that he can sell. So you see it in steps right here. You got to raise first to 550 million. Then they reverse stock split to get AMC's float down, and they got some wiggle room here. Once they got the wiggle room, they add in the one for every 7.5 shares you have. You get the float of 59 million. Then they bring in Ape, and now we have a new float of 151 million shares. Now, without the reverse stock split, you have to get some of these shares out of the jar. They have to go. So they're going to do the reverse stock split. The same can happen, though, if he was to do a stock buyback program. That for every stock we buy back, that would empty the jar some more. But the problem with that is they buy the fucking shares back, he'd sell them on the open market to us again. So when I said the reverse stock split has to happen, that is exactly what I mean. That in order to convert these apes right here into this jar, you have to lower the float first, and they're going to do that with the reverse stock split. So I hope that clears up some shit. Now I can look at the chat. I was ignoring y'all's ass. Y'all get me sidetracked and talking bullshit, and I never get what I want to say said. I've been over there to the Massalorium. Apparently I'm blocked because every fucking channel of mine, they must have figured out who my names are because, I mean, I sent a message. Hey, I'm ready. No word. So I wanted to get that reverse stock split shit out of the way. Go talk with Mash. Mash is too far behind in his chat. I'm trying to get in touch with him. Oh, I messaged him from another one of my channels. Got to go back to my Common Sense Investor channel. I wish I could get on because, see, they talking shit now. I want to be on there now. Let's see what they say. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how does him and Tony do it. I don't know how him and Tony go live together. I'm gonna have to go ahead and jump off. I'll edit that. I will edit that reverse stock split lesson I just talked about. I'm gonna edit that into a video for y'all. I'm fixing to get over there to the Massalorian. He's trying to get in touch with me. Some people, Paul, just we're filling time. That's why I haven't said anything for 2 days. Yes, they not only get rid of the synthetics they sold us, they get rid of the synthetics they sold. I mean, the shares that they sold. I'm waiting on his email. I'll shut down my live streams as soon as I figure out how to get in touch with him. But I can't go on his show live without being able to share my screen because there's going to be too many questions. He ain't messaged me on Twitter. I don't know. I got to turn that fucking air conditioner back on. I was watching Captain George. You thought I was just going to walk into a trap? I sat there for 30 minutes watching, feeling out the audience, seeing was CSI being led into a trap? I was sitting there listening to everybody. We cannot have the 22nd, I believe the special master's report comes out. I'm holding my breath. Man, I put on some icy hot. Y'all know what icy? Who's put on icy hot? Who's an old motherfucker and had to put on icy hot? I put on fucking icy hot, and this shirt's killing me right now. I'm on fire, people. Wish the icy part would kick in. Well, goddamn, I said the 22nd. Okay, it's the 21st. 21st at midnight. So I'm wrong by what, a fucking minute? Jeez. Oh my God, I walked the dogs. Man, we got on the porch and they're like, tongue was hanging out their mouth. Oh, I learned that shit, Jackson. Believe one thing. I got this right here. I went to scratch my foot. I said, let me use this. Because if I touch it with my hands, that's my ass. It'll be in my eyes, on my, you know. What's the likelihood of reverse stock split happening? 95%. 95%. Well, I was going to say being gay. And then I said, well, wait a minute. I better not call the shit being gay. They don't have being gay no more. People used to get, I don't know, gayophobic or whatever. So they changed the name to Icy Hot. Ain't nothing fucking icy about this shit. I tell you that. Well, I can't say 100%. I would say 100%, Jeff. But there's still this much chance that one option before the judge is to say that the vote itself was illegal and make AMC do it again. And she would not let Antara vote. Like they all, I got biofreeze up there in the cabinet. I switch up on them. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Feels like we're preparing ourselves for our own funeral with the reverse stock split that's coming. I agree. 98%. Yeah, I said 95. I gave, because she could say the vote was illegal and let AMC go back and do another vote. All right. Because, see, I still ain't seen nobody. Let me turn that shit off so y'all can hear me. I still ain't seen nobody tell y'all how they was really supposed to vote. Or what exactly do they mean when they say AMC and APE voting as one class? Why would they vote as one class? And it's not what people are thinking it means. The reason they have to vote in one class is APE has voting rights, but it only has voting rights for one thing: conversion. That's it. My APE shares that I own, I do not get to vote in a corporate election for important things like reverse stock splits, dividends, director seats, so forth. APE shares, they don't get to vote in that kind of shit. Okay. And they got a name for it. Somebody might remember it. It's been a while since I've read that document. Oh, fuck. There it went. It's in my eye. God damn it. Y'all. And y'all, I got the shit in my eye. But APE shares don't vote on corporate issues. APE shares vote on conversion. AMC shares vote, we're owners of the company. APE shares don't own the company. Do you realize that? I see some people talking now about the Antara takeover. Listen, they can have all them motherfucking apes they want. They can buy my apes from me. I'll sell them my apes for 68 cents right now on Tar. You want my shit for 68 cents? Come get them. I'll sell them to you tomorrow. Because they stuck with them. They can't convert without AMC's approval. Ape has no say-so in the raising of the float. That's not an ape's position. Nobody stopped to talk about what voting rights do Ape have? They do have voting rights. But what voting rights? A preferred share only gets the right to vote for conversion. They don't own the company. They basically are the same as a bond. And the bond is they give the company money to survive. The company gives them an interest rate. They pay it up and so forth and so on. Notes. We hear a lot of thing about notes in AMC. We got these second L notes and so forth. And basically, that's like a bond, and it's like a preferred share. All right. It's convertible. The note is convertible. Now, I heard the Mandalorian a few minutes ago, and that's why I wish I would have been on the show, is that he said he was fucked up when he found out that they dropped 20 million shares on January 27th, the day before they took the buy button. I told y'all that. Don't get upset, Mandalorian. I wish I could be on your show, but don't get upset because they did it more than once. On that chart that I showed, and now you can see that said, wait a minute, these motherfuckers did that January 27th. Did they do it again? Yep. When we ran up to 12, I think it was like April. When we run up, guess what happened? To 12, the convertible notes people said, hey, motherfuckers, we want our AMC shares. And they had to get $600 million of AMC shares to them. Yeah. So every time the price runs up, if we ran up, I'm convinced of this, looking at the history of how they're doing this scam. When we run up right now, if AMC was to run up from 5 to 12, the convertible, well, they can't because we got to do the reverse stock split first. They're stuck too, people. As long as we don't raise that motherfucker, they're stuck. They can't convert their notes. They can't convert their ape. There's nothing they can do without a reverse stock split. They are in a standoff with us. I don't know how to get over to Mass's channel. I'm looking at Twitter. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Let me end this and let me jump over there. But I don't know how that's going to work. Am I going to be able to show my screen? But I'll figure that out when I get over there. Love y'all. Be blessed. I'll see you in a few minutes on the Mandalorian's channel.